Okay, hi everyone. We'll be starting shortly. I'll just see if there's anyone who wants to play against me. Otherwise, I'll just grab random people from JNet. Alright, let's begin. We'll start on the random side. Doo-dee-doo. Right, this should be interesting. Let's play some Null and Void to kick things off. I kind of like Null's ability. It's a bit sad that unfortunately Null is not in the best place because we are in a pretty horrible meta right now where ice isn't necessarily relevant. So unlike with Kit or even Quetzal, um, where your ID is almost always relevant, nowadays in the current quad climate, Null's ability might not even fire. Alright, let's get going. We'll see what my opponent is on, and hopefully I actually get to... Oh, yucks. Wait, what? Ooh, look what we have here. It's Builder of Nations. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so basically this is a Null Apocalypse Keyhole deck. I'm choosing Null because it makes Ether less expensive. I'm gonna mull this hand because there's no money and there's no card draw. I mean, it would be very nice to get a turn 1 Keyhole, but realistically that's not gonna happen. Alright, so Builder of Nations. This absolutely screws up with my plans because yeah, Builder of Nations is really bad for me because the meat damage has the potential to ping my Apocalypse from my hand. So that is definitely not desirable. Which also means I want to keep the IFAT Worst in hand because my opponent might be on meat damage. Now this is a very annoying opening, I'm not gonna lie. I would like to account siphon my opponent right now. But I'm kind of forced to trash Jackson at some point. I might run Archives and see. Yeah, I think running Archives is probably the best bet here. So, I'm going to inject. Liberate. Let's run Archives. No. Let's take money. Let's run Archives. Yep. Seems like my opponent didn't have a very good start. I guess he mulliganed. Yep. So that was probably not the ideal start for my opponent. Let's turn here. Alright, so my next turn is probably a setup turn. It's probably going to be double liberated Earthrise cast. Ooh, wow. Okay, sick. That's not what I wanted to see at all. Okay, so we are in a bit of trouble. Whatever we run here is going to cause 1 meat damage, so I'm definitely keeping the IFAT Worst. Turntable might come into play. We shall see. Okay, we have Temujin. And we have 2 advancements on the centrals. What's the worst that could hit us right now? I can't really see anything bad that can hit us. So I'm going to Temujin HQ actually. Since my opponent has been drawing. That's Temujin HQ, let's run HQ. It's probably an end of run. I'll take the meat damage. There's nothing that awful in my hand that I'm gonna lose. It's a Nebula, that's fine. I take the meat damage, I draw if I've had worse. Yep, that's still fine. Jackson Howard goes in the bin. And since I like my Temujin, I'm just gonna run again because I have no programs out. This should be safe to do. It's a vanity project. Yeah, let's take money. So we'll stay safe from the punitive. So I think actually this is huge. This kind of completely turns off the meat damage plan. Yeah, I do keep saying one of the biggest upsides to playing Builder of Nations is the ability to run the 4 agenda suite, and apparently my opponent just luck sacked into all his agendas, and by luck sack I mean didn't want them at all. So well, Nebula's not the most effective piece of ice, I guess. Alright, so that was a very quick game. Let's see if we can get oh gosh. CI, huh? I could play CI. I don't suspect you guys will enjoy it. Let's get another I don't suppose there's anyone else. Okay. Alright, let's do runner again because I barely got to play the last game. That was quite a joke of a game. So basically the idea behind this null deck, I can bring the deck this up. It's basically a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of card draw, and apocalypse. And a bit of ice destruction as well. So hopefully Ether gets you through. You don't need siphons when you're getting a lot of money. And let's see how this does. Okay, yep, make sure everything's going fine. Engineering the future is going to be a really, really hard matchup. This is definitely a mulligan. Yep, this is a very hard matchup. Especially if they find a Christian grid. This is not something I fancy, and my opening's just not that good either. Inject. Yeah, no, this is not the best start. Chopbot is there to recover from the apocalypse flipping. This Eve is gonna cause a lot of problems. I do need to find my breakers ASAP. I've had worse. Credit. Daily cast. This is very, very slow. Parasite. I really don't like tossing Parasite. I might actually have to toss the Chopbot here. And the extra Earth Rise. It pains me to toss card draw, but I kind of have to. Next turn, I'm going to run a server and hope it's not an Architect. Then maybe I can plot down a Parasite. Okay, this looks like a very slow Corp deck. So, a Liberator accounts. Let's run HQ and hope it's not an Architect. Okay, Jackie, Outie. Let's drop the Parasite. Take a credit. We really want enough credits to play the Lib accounts next turn. Giving my opponent money is definitely not ideal, but I don't really have any counter to that other than Apocalypse at this point. So it's not a bad trade actually, getting rid of an Eli that costs 3 to res with a Parasite that costs 2 to install. Eventually he has to get rid of the Parasite. I mean, the Eli. Okay. Something tells me I really should check that remote, just in case he's being sneaky. Upgrade on R&D, that's fine. Let's play Gamble. Let's run server 3. Breakaway Grid. Goes in the bin. Yeah, let's kill the Naked Adonis since he didn't bother protecting it. I am pretty sensible, I still will trash that thing. Unfortunately, my card draw has run dry. That's a problem. What the hell is this? It's fantastic. Draw. Oh, I drew an Apocalypse. Let's run HQ. He hasn't been scoring agendas. Corporate sales team. Let's run HQ again. Effective brain chips. What? Whoa, okay, so that's the current. So it's a brain damage deck, huh? It'll do me good to actually. He's gonna kill my hand size in some way, shape, or form. I have a very strong feeling one of these remotes are agendas. Is the okay. I have no idea what's happening. This is a very weird brain damage deck. This is probably a Marcus Betty or a Rion Knight, so I need to be aware of that. Let's liberate. Let's run HQ and hope that I don't die. What's that? Fairchild 2.0. Jeez. Click, cred. Breakaway Grid goes in the bin. I'm done. Yeah, that's not a very pleasant piece of ice, but I do have Parasite ready to go. Uh, yep, let's drop the Parasite on that. It's really annoying. I really want to pull off the Apocalypse sooner rather than later, but my opponent's getting a lot of ice up. So let's draw. Ooh, that's good news. Liberate, liberate, liberate. So next turn, I'm probably going to try to in um liberate 3 times and then install Ether. Then hopefully I can Apocalypse next turn. We'll see about that. I'm not very confident that it will go through given all the ice, but uh, we'll see. We'll see. So as long as that upgrade is not a Christian grid, I should be fine. So let's run R&D. Then let's see if my opponent has any defense to this. Eli. Okay, that's good. Let's try HQ. Fairchild 1, that's fine. Eli. There's one more Eli somewhere. I'm okay. And we'll run archives. Alright, that felt good. I was thinking of using Null's ability to get past the Eli. But I really didn't want to toss any of these cards. Now, I really wish I have a keyhole here. Let's play the sucker. Let's run R&D. Brainstorm. Let's run HQ. There are probably agendas in here. And let's run that to make sure that he's not being cheeky. Leave campaign. Yeah, that can stay. He's pretty rich. Brainstorm is gonna not be very good for me though. That means I do need to find my breaker. I can't just face check ice anymore. That brainstorm could actually have gotten me really hard if early on when I ran HQ. Okay, let's draw iPad was and career fair for that. Next turn is gonna be keyhole if he doesn't defend R&D. I'm not sure where his agendas are. I bet they're in HQ. I just missed it when I hit the Ravana. Okay. Alright, you can get your campaign going. Ooh, Temujin. I'm actually more tempted by the Temujin, to be honest. I'll do the Temujin actually. Like, I really do need the money, so I can't really do keyhole here. Oh, Sentinel Defense, I'll take that. Let's try that again. Adonis goes in the bin, and we can go again. Value out of Temujin. Global Food, I'll take that. Yeah, I think I made this game in the competitive section. Sentinel, you don't run Sentinel even in brain damage deck. It just telegraphs too much. Alright, let's see if I can get my second Ether on the board. I did discard my chop bot, so that one Ether is buried for good. Red Run's not gonna do anything here, right? Yep, that's not gonna do anything. Let's inject. What did we ditch? I trashed the keyhole, really? Let's run server 10 to make sure he's not being cheeky. Jackson Howard. Alright, Let's drop a couple of cards. We do not need... I highly doubt we need turntable this game. And I don't think I need I've had worse. No, I'll drop the inject. It's a bit risky to lose programs at this point. So at this point, Apocalypse is kind of sort of turned off. Not really, but kind of turned off. It's a last resort if he builds up too many ice. At this point, my win con is keyholding him to win. We'll see if I can do that. Gets Eli, so that's nice. I have a knifed. Uh-oh, is there an ABT? Probably is. Nope, Vitruvius. He's playing all sorts of different agendas. Where's my Eater? Oh, there's an Eater in the bin. Right, okay. Should have told me earlier. Let's get the Eater. Money, and money. We don't need iPad worse. So now I have quite a bit of cutlery here, which is really good. So now the priority is to actually keyhole all the ice out of R&D. And I don't mind my opponent scoring. What's the worst that could be? I don't see what's the worst it could be. The worst is an ABT that he gets to fire. I don't really care, I'm just gonna go for the keyhole. And with Data Sucker, this should be fine. Let me think of. So it's 7 strength. Let's just use all my sucker counters. And break. Snare Hedge Fund Eli. Eli is pretty obvious. So I'm definitely gonna knife this. But do we have enough credits to do so? Okay. Sucker will bring it down to 5. Yeah, let's draw. Okay, Temujin is... I need to ditch a card. It probably is going to be the knife. So I'm going to knife R&D. Alright. This will allow me to break for only 4 credits. This is why I kind of like Null's ability, but losing the the knife kind of sucks. Alright, so there's no excess. And the Heimdall goes down. So it was quite important to have the knife there, although that might bite me in the butt later on. If this turns out to be another barrier. I hope not. I really hope not. Another Vitruvius. Okay, I just need a keyhole to win, I guess. Let's point this at R&D. That's keyhole. So yeah, Temujin just sustains your keyhole so very well. Fairchild, Hedge Fund. Fairchild goes in the bin. Keyhole again. Jackson, Eli, Cerebral Overlighter. Probably the Jackson. Let's keyhole again. Jackson, Ichi, Hedge Fund. Does he have all his genders in his hand? I might lose. If he installed our advances in that remote, I might be in a lot of trouble. Let's look at my outs. I do have a spoon somewhere left in my deck, but all my knives are gone. I do have an out. My out is Apocalypse. And I do have enough money to Apocalypse. That is a very important out that you have to keep in mind. If he does anything funny in the remote, bad things are gonna happen. What is this? Ooh, the internet dropped for a moment there, and this might cause problems. Yeah, that was not a very good time to have internet dropping. Yeah, Jinteki.net doesn't really support lost connections very well, and this is causing a lot of problems. It's just a moment momentary outage, but wait, yeah, seem to have dropped. Uh, so it's an Eli. Well, okay, this is awkward. I'll have to switch between both screens, but we'll see how this works. Okay. Uh, how do I continue? This is really odd. What can I do? Hmm. I'm just really hoping that this will come back to life or something. Uh, so I would just break with data sucker and stuff. That's annoying. Uh, well, I don't actually have a good answer to the Christian grade. I can't even get my Tenin credits off. I mean, Temujin credits off. Uh, hmm. Sorry for all of you watching. This is very awkward, but um, trying to juggle everything here. Yeah, this is really weird. Uh, I'm really, really sorry for all of you watching, but um, yeah. So basically, I would access on my last click because click 2 was face check brainstorm, click 3 was fork brainstorm, click 4 will be run HQ. But either way, I don't know. That Christian actually changes a lot of things, and I guess I didn't really consider that when I was building this deck. How to deal with Christian Grid. That is something that I really need to think about. Because it kind of turns off a Temujin, Apocalypse, and Keyhole. Okay, sorry for the unsatisfying finish. Yeah, so that is one very blinding weak spot about of this deck. I don't actually have anything to counter Christian Grid, and that can just completely lock me out. Like in that situation, if I didn't have a path into HQ, if I didn't have the fork in my hand, I would be completely forked. Sorry. Yeah. Polop is supposed to work great, yes, but it could get um apocalypse and stuff. But yeah, that was an interesting game. Well, so that was that. And we still have time for one more game. Let's do the co-op side. And I really, really hope that the game doesn't disconnect this time round. It is really difficult to maneuver between two screens. I hope I don't have to do that again. Yeah, since I'm streaming right now, internet, it could be causing problems with the internet. Alright, let's get out of here. Well, yeah, let's refresh the screen. Okay. Alright, the moment you all have been waiting for. I am going to play Corpside. Corpside feels kind of uninspired, but I'm going to play Builder of Nations, Space Tricks. Okay, so if you don't know, Space Tricks is fun deck that I piloted pretty well, but it was in NEH, it was with Space Ice and Trick of Light. I'm going to now do it in Builder of Nations. I'm up against Wizard. This is a mulligan. I don't have enough Space Ice and there's too many agendas. Okay. Well, if that's the opening hand you deal me, I guess I'll uh, score the hostile and hope that he's not on Siphon. This is gonna be so awkward. Well, there's another thing we could do. Okay, it's Wizard. Is he running Siphon? I would hope not. Okay, let's just install on HQ, Hedge Fund, and advance this once. There, that should turn off any potential thoughts of siphoning. Okay, a poke on R&D. No, bad, bad, bad. Okay, ooh, top deck hostile. I'll take that. I'll need to try to find out what kind of wizard this is. I'm kind of worried that there's a medium coming on the way. This could be tricky. Yeah, I might be digging for medium here. In that case, I need to dig for my solution to medium, which is ice. Oh, Randa's click. Gotta hit a snare. Nope, that's not a snare. That's probably some ice. I would like some ice. Ice is nice. Paperclip. Well, that's asking to be Chronos projected. Double paperclip. Okay. Well, too bad I don't rank Chronos. Oh, he saw the scorched. Okay, let's get some ice. Bloody hell, no ice. It's not worth it tossing the price tag on R&D. Let's just play the sweet sweet and hope that he doesn't medium thingamajig. Yeah, not the best early draw. I do run a fair bit of ice. Oh, I guess the ice wall. So I guess he has to be concerned that he can't run because I might have sea scorched. Oh gosh, cell set slumps, huh? Well, the Jackson's going away one way or another. Mimic. You don't really need that, boy. Okay, I guess you do, kind of. Ice cover. Jeez. Okay. Ooh, satellite grid. I like that card. Archer. Okay. I think I do need the Archer on R&D, and I'm gonna put a satellite grid there as well because that gives Archer counter, which triggers Bond. But what do I ditch? Ooh, this is actually a tough one. I don't actually know what to ditch here. Awkward. Awkward, awkward, awkward. Probably the hostile. Probably the hostile. Feels really, really weird ditching the hostile, but I'll do it. Wait, no rumor mill, no rumor mill. I'll be a good boy and I'll shuffle my cards. Yeah, gotta respect the rumor mill. Now that there's actually an agenda in there. Alright, so my next goal is to find another piece of ice and then perform double price sec. Once I have double price sec, I can actually start scoring an agenda in the remote. Okay. This deck isn't really hosed by Rumor Mill apart from the Jackson Howard itself. This is a region, so it doesn't get hosed. Cool enough. My opponent's very poor, that's good. Oh, sweet, sweet. Come on, where's my ice? I don't want to get rid of any of these cards, so I actually have to install the price sec on HQ or R&D. HQ, I guess. It's not desirable. It's not desirable. I'll have an upgrade in every server to make things really confusing for my opponent. But I really want to be scoring at this time, so I really, really want to find ice. Ideally advanceable ice. I still have no idea what my opponent's doing here. Okay, rumor mill is out. Okay, quandary. That's not the best size, but it's something. Um, let's drop the price tag in there, and let's draw. Kaguya. Kaguya's not going to be very useful right now. Yog. I do not like the Yog. Daily cast. Okay, my opponent's quite poor, so I think... okay, Archer. Now we are talking. Now we are talking. Archer. We'll put this in server 3. And I'll gain a credit, I guess. I would like to advance this, but... Actually, I think I should have advanced it. My opponent was clearly not in a state to contest my Atlas. I should have advanced it once. I need the advancement token. Alright, so I'm going to shipment here. Kaguya and Atlas, and advance the Atlas, and advance the Atlas, score the Atlas. Alright, and I do have my tricks of light to space tricks my way through. This should be quite interesting. Retrieval run for Yogg, I believe. So now he has his full breaker suite, and the quandary is kind of dead. Archer, let's draw. Okay. Okay, the archer's kind of useless, I think. I'm not gonna rest 3 archers this game, so I'm just gonna put this archer on archives. And then take credit. Reason for putting in archives is to deter any future retrieval runs. And if he cannot retrieval run for David, that's actually quite a big deal. My turn. Okay, so I could cause a very huge archer blowout right here because he only has 1 sucker counter and 1 ice cover. I think I go for it. What could possibly stop me at this point? I don't see what could stop me at this point. I'm going to play this here. I'm going to even advance it to make it very juicy, and then I'll take credit. This might be a mistake, but I'm going to do it. Even though I can fast advance the Atlas with the Trick of Light counters, I'm going to try to bait him into making a very unsavory run on my luscious archer. If this hits, it's going to be huge. If he's smart, he might run one of my centrals. Dirty Laundry on which server? My friend? Ooh, jackpot. Jackpot. Alright. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt real bad. Okay, I'll take my 2 credits. And I'm gonna trash the Yogg. And the Mimic can stay, I think. Is that a mistake? Wait, let me look at his spin. The Mimic can stay. I do not want him to get data sucker counters and end the run. Ooh, that's huge. By the way, Builder of Nations still hasn't fired a single time. Fun fact. But ooh, Parasite. Yeah, I'm quite happy about my choice to get rid of Sucker. Okay, Vanilla. That's fine. I'm not really keen on playing barriers anyway because he can get nasty stuff, paperclip going. Vanilla goes in the bin. Okay, I'm actually very close to the victory because this can tutor the final Atlas, and then I can space tricks my way to victory. So let's not give that away just yet. The worst thing that can happen right now is if my opponent destroys my ice wall with Parasite or Knifed. This is something that I do not want happening to me. Temusion on R&D. Ooh, I might have to give that up. As long as he doesn't find my final Atlas, I should be good. Okay, score this. And I'm 1 agenda away from winning. If he doesn't play the medium here, I should be good. Otherwise, I'll just fetch the Atlas with the Atlas counter if he tries to do funny things on R&D, honestly. Otherwise I basically win. I don't believe he's running Clot. Although if a clone chip hits the table, I'll be a bit scared. Laundry on. Okay, I'll let him in. Yeah. Satellite grid. Yeah. I'll give it to him. Yeah, because I can't. Oh, it's at Oak Town. Scary, scary. There's a fresh count R&D. As long as it's not the Atlas, I'm good. Okay, good. Very good. Let's game. Let's bring the Atlas. Whew. That was close. He was one turn away from getting a big medium dig. Although I did have the hostile to keep him away with Archer, but yeah, that's the funny thing. The ID did never ever trigger at all. Makes you wonder if Argus is actually a better ID. It's quite interesting. You do get the smaller deck size, which means you see the tricks of light fairly frequently. Um, I don't know. It's quite hard to evaluate, to be honest. I'm not actively trying to kill my opponent. I didn't really get to show you the deck list, but basically there's no active kill components. There's no seesaws, no mid seasons. Price sec is the only thing to trip up the opponent if they are careless. You can see that I can make a lot of money with this deck. With 2 hostile score and generally cheap ice, it's actually a really economy. It doesn't require that much economy, and Wayland agendas are just really good in terms of giving money. I'm not sure how good a deck this is, but I really like the fact that it has a fast advance component. And it also leverages on the advancements that you are getting with the ice that you run in this ID anyway. Speaking of which, there are just not that many good ice, advanceable ice right now. Maybe with Morcelus and the other advanceable ice coming in this cycle, things might change, but for now, I'm only running Ice Wall, Shadows. Shadow is nice. It's one of the few nice advanceable ice, but you need meat damage punishment to make it work, which I do have, so that's nice. Wormhole. Wormhole is just the best of the 3 space ice because it's 7 strength and it's a code gate, which Wayland needs both of, but yeah, it's dependent on other rest ice and you need to advance it 3 times, so it's quite awkward. But that's all the space ice I have, so that's why I also run Satellite Grid. Satellite Grid is really, really cute. Yeah, a fun interaction is that you can even cause Builder of Nations damage with normal ice. Like that's why I run Quandaries. That's why I run Vanillas, because they're cheap to rest, they're gear checks, but they still cause damage with Satellite Grid. As long as there's an upgrade on the server, the opponent must think, what if there's a Satellite Grid there that causes damage? So that's quite cool. Maybe I'll play this deck again. I don't think it's completely competitive, but it's a pretty decent Wayland deck, I think. So, let's see. Okay, an interesting discussion going on here. I'll give my 2 pence on this. So, why are people rude when you play IG? It's a new player coming from this, and how is this different from the Shaper where I watch a runner play by themselves for 40 minutes? Yep. Yeah, I think most of the hate against IG stems from the fact that the corp doesn't try to actively win. Instead, they're just setting up an insurmountable board state, and it is in their best interest to drag the game out as long as possible and potentially forever. With Museum being unique and with all the nerfs to all the alliance crap, there's a lot less viability in those decks, so you see them less often. But museum decks are just generally very horrible to play against because they don't actively try to win, and yeah, um, yeah, basically that. Most other corp decks actively try to win one way or another. Those decks don't. They just build up an insurmountable board state, and yeah, I wouldn't say it's uninteractive, but it's, it takes out the fun of playing, of running. Runs are the most interesting part of Netrunner. Getting hit by an archer when you don't have enough cycle counters, that is a fun part. um, running through R&D with an upgrade and an ice, that's kind of fun. What is the ice? What could the upgrade be? Those are the fun parts of Netrunner. But when you reduce everything to asset spam, and where ice is pretty irrelevant, it becomes a lot less palatable. Uh, mm, yeah, I think it's okay to have multiple win conditions. Not every deck needs to win by scoring agendas, obviously, but I think with modern agenda suites, it's not too hard to build a deck where runners find it very difficult to find agendas to get the 7 agenda points, because unlike with corps with multiple win conditions, runners usually only have one way to win, which is to find 7 agenda points, and that is dependent on the corp's deck. So when the corp makes it super hard to find agenda points and doesn't actually try to actively score them, it can become a rather negative play experience for the runner. I can definitely see that. But yeah, there are lots of archetypes in the game nowadays, so if you don't like a certain archetype, just don't play against it. And if someone says they don't want to play against your ID, that's fine. I mean, some people just don't like Siphon Spam, some people don't like museum decks. That's completely fine. Some people don't like CI, you know. We should just accept each other. At tournament play, that's completely different though. Whatever your opponent shows up with, you have to deal with it. But for the most part, you play Netrunner to have fun, to enjoy, and if you don't enjoy your games, don't play. It's as simple as that. So thanks everyone again for viewing. I hope this has been interesting. I really wanted to show this Builder of Nations deck off, and I didn't get to use this ability, but still hope it was a thrilling match. And thanks to all of you who are watching. And stay tuned. Happy net running. See you around.